Hi survivors, it's me Prepper Zan reporting to you. Hope you guys are doing well because what's going on in this world it's horrible. Y'all, it's just so much going on. Like I said, if I had to record a video every time something devastating, traumatic would occur in these days and times, in these dark, evil days and times in which we are living in, I'll be doing it all day long. All day long. It's a lot of stuff. I'm gonna start trying to go live as often as I can so we could try to keep up with these things, talk about these things. I think it's important to talk about it, and this is why I really have this channel. It's my way of venting. It's my way of getting it out, and I don't know. It's consequences to it. One of them is like how they shadow ban my videos, and you know and censor a lot of us in what we're saying, and especially these types of topics, and talking about the power, going against the powers that be that are orchestrating all this evil all over the world. It's a lot to deal with. I've never been afraid. I've always spoke how I felt, but I know that I do have to be careful, which I said it all the time, but I still express myself because these people, they don't want, even though they put it out here for our plain eyes to see, it don't take no rocket scientist to figure out what's going on. And for a lot of people that are blind, I feel sorry for them, and I don't deal with them. I don't deal with blind people because how the blind gonna lead the blind? And then them not being aware and preparing themselves only set them up for failure and set whoever's dealing with them up for failure as well. But what I want to say is, like, the devil is relentless in their tactics. The devil don't sleep. This stuff that's going on here in America, y'all, I'm telling you, it's going on globally. When they saying they want to make this a one world government, I really believe that. All these things that they're doing and orchestrating is sliding and setting it up to be that way. Like I said, that VP, she slipped up and said that their plan is to depopulate. She didn't have to say it for me to know. Ever since the beginning of this pandemic, they've been doing it all the while, but the pandemic, that was like boom. And I also want us to stay ready. And when I say stay ready, not just be prepped up, which is very important to stay prepped up. Stay with you, keep your water, your food, all your supplies, the things you need, your water, ways of purifying your water. Just staying prepped up, but also staying prayed up. We dealing with some severe spiritual warfare, and even in the Bible, the Bible teaches us to fast and pray. God will show us signs. God will protect us. When you're dealing with this level of devil, God would say in the Bible, it says that you fast, you take on a severe fast when you're dealing with severe spiritual warfare. And we dealing with severe, y'all, this stuff ain't nothing to play with. It's taking people out. It's all kinds of avenues and areas that are destroying people's lives all at one time. And y'all, that's like the enemy have formed a confederacy. And that means when a lot of different things in your life are going wrong all at one time, that's Satan. That's this system. We have people being homeless now because their jobs being taken, behind these evil agendas and this AI and all this stuff. We have people being homeless now, being jobless. We have people being hungry, severe, y'all. This stuff with the food, it ain't no joke. Even with jobs, people like myself or businesses, people are really like can't afford the food. And that's another reason why I just barely don't eat. To me, I'm like, it doesn't make sense. The money that you barely making, or that you may have saved up, which I hope y'all saving your money, because I'm telling y'all, that big event coming, that you have to spend it on this hot food. I was talking to a friend of mine the other day. She said, it's like, to me, I might as well just go out to eat, which is something I don't suggest for people to do, because first of all, it costs so much. Then they add extra taxes. Then the tip, they want you to tip, and pay the waiters and pay this and pay that. It's like you're paying all the employees and you're going there to eat. And then on top of that, they have, since this pandemic has been in effect, y'all look at the receipt when you go out to eat. Oh my God, they add all these fees. They want you to leave a physical tip on the table. Then they also charge you a tip, a gratuity tip in the bill. Then they actually charge the COVID fee and all. I mean, and then on top of that, you don't know who's cooking your food. Y'all, Satan have agents in the restaurants. Satan have agents in the cooking in the kitchen in these restaurants, and they'll tell them what they put in your food. And then it's just, anyway, it's expensive. So anyway, she's like, I feel like I just rather eat out. She said, when I go to the grocery store, the cost of food is so high. She said, I just eat out. She's like, because she eats healthy. She said, well, by the time I finish buying a salmon, and she's up, where I think she's up in an expensive part of this country. But anyway, she's like, one piece of salmon, $12 to $15. And she said, I go get some asparagus or some broccoli or some cherries. And she said, by the time I get these one items, it's $50, $60. And she's not lying. I experienced that as well. She said, I just feel like I just might as well eat out. I was like, no, me, I'd rather eat the beans and rice every day before I eat out. I'm not lying. I'd rather make me like a little cheap soup meal because it's still healthy and it's affordable. But my point is, they hit us with all these things at one time. Then, like I was saying yesterday, how so many people are sick in the summertime. They putting all these illnesses out here. Allegedly, but that's what's really going on. Every time you turn around, now they talking about the malaria and all these other different things. Y'all, I'm telling y'all, don't ignore this stuff. Stay prepared. If you can stay out the way as much as you can, I would highly suggest that, because that's what I'm doing. As much as I can. Even though I have businesses and land here or whatever the case is, I try to just like avoid going a lot of different places and exposing myself to a lot of different people. It's so much going on. I'm telling y'all. And it's just a matter of time. They're not hiding this stuff no more. It's a matter of time before that big event hit us all. But I know I go on and on. Today, I want to talk about the severity in the heat. I know I've talked about this before. It's so much going on, but these are the things that I think are very important to pay attention to because it's affecting that grid. I had some of y'all tell me a week ago that in your area, it's so hot till the grid went out. And y'all, this is all a setup. Allegedly, but that's what's really going on. It's a setup. I feel like they plan on doing this stuff to us to make our lives uncomfortable, to kill people with pre-existing conditions, allegedly, because it's going to affect them. It's going to affect them. I know here in Texas, when the grid goes down, especially a lot of different times, people who are on oxygen and people who need power and they don't have it, people who are sick, they be the first ones to perish. People who are homeless, people who are sick. So I just think it's important for us to stay with the sources, the things that we need. Everybody can't afford a generator, but you better find other ways of powering things that you need. And you better keep your house clean. And you better stay full of a lot of water. Because that grid go down, it gets serious real quick, real fast, in a hurry. And you better keep a lot of food in your house too. Because grocery stores, I'm telling you, when that grid go down, if you on EBT, if you don't have your money, if you have your money in the bank, you can't get to it. You better keep some cash on hand. So there's record-breaking heat all over, not just the country, y'all. I don't know if y'all keep up with this, but it's globally. In Europe, in Asia, y'all, people are getting sick in this heat. People are dying in this heat. So, I just wanted to bring it to our attention to stay hydrated, drink a lot of water, eating as healthy as you possibly can. I know it's very expensive. It's very expensive eating healthy, but you could cut down on food and you don't have to worry about eating so much. You could have a half an apple a day or a quarter of an apple. You don't have to eat the whole apple. Just make sure your body's getting the fiber and the nutrients and that it needs. You know, I see people eating crazy and I'm like, man, I know that cheap food, you know, a lot of people get cheap food because it's cheap, but it's actually not cheap. Because what it does to your body, I'm telling you, it affects your body instantly. And that's another thing that causes sicknesses. Y'all, the Satan in this system, in this G-O-V, they out for us. It don't take no rocket scientists to figure this stuff out. Places to stay are so unaffordable now. So not only people losing income, people can't eat like how they want to eat or can't eat, period. People not employed, but also if people are in need of places to stay, that's out of there. I was just looking at it the other day. Guys like to just observe what's going on in the real estate market and whatnot. I mean, they got 2 bedrooms, $2,000 and $3,000, $2,000, $2,200 in just regular areas. Who can afford these things? Who can afford that? And then you're talking about a tax to a light bill, a water bill, a gas bill, all this stuff. That's why so many people sleeping in their cars now and sleeping in vans. So I'm just telling y'all, man, the devil is relentless. While we sleep, the devil's still up, still working. So y'all everybody, we all need to be careful. We need to stay on watch and stay prayerful, man. And it's terrible. We don't even have good leadership over here. It's just bad. It's bad everywhere. The crime, all kinds of stuff going on. They set a lady up the other day. I don't know if y'all heard about it. It hit national news, probably global news. A black lady saw a toddler on the side of the street, road somewhere, and they deliberately did this. The suspects deliberately did this, put the baby out so they could get some woman. Lady came up missing. Y'all be careful, you know, even especially if you're nice and kind and you got a heart. And it's crazy because you don't want, that's just a natural instinct of any good person to see a child and want to, you know, help. You see a baby by themselves and you want to help. But these days you got to think twice about it and protect yourself and your family and think about yourself and your family. You can't put your own self in no bad predicament because who gonna come and help you really at the end of the day? When people got to stop what they doing, who gonna really do all that? You might have people in your corner that do that, but then it make it difficult. It might be difficult. It might not be easy. You know, so I'm just saying we got to just pray, stay out the way, y'all. These some evil times, y'all, and it's gonna get worse. Be ready, y'all. That big thing is coming. I don't know what it is. I feel it. These people are not hiding the evil that they're doing. They're orchestrating all these agendas. They're putting it out here plain as day. It's a minute. It's just a matter of time before it all happens. And don't be on the other side being not prepared. And as always, you guys, if you I'm about to say watch this world, watch the weather, smell your water, boil and purify your water before you use it and keep surviving. Please follow me on Patreon for real, raw, uncut, unfiltered content. And if you're looking for land in bug-out areas in Texas, I have some for sale and for lease. Please support the alleged land and good luck with that t-shirts if you can. All the proceeds go back into the channel so I continue to upload and bring this news out here so people can be prepared and stop playing with time. Because time is not playing. Time is steadily ticking. It's about to happen. It's just a matter. I feel it. And I'm fasting. I feel it. I feel things. And y'all keep surviving. PurposeAnd.com.